just waiting on one more staff member to jump on, who's going to do a lot of the translation because her Spanish is so much better than mine. So in the best interest of everyone's ears, we're hoping that she jumps on soon enough. Andamos esperando a la gerente de oficina y ya que ella está aquí, podemos mover adelante. Ella va a traducir la mayoría de la junta para nosotros para asegurar que pueden escuchar la mejor calidad de español porque lo platica ella mucho mejor que lo platico yo. Okay, welcome everyone. One more thing. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm excited to see people jumping on board, and I wish we could see all your faces in person in the meeting, but we know how that goes. But we are excited to have you. My name is Dave Trejo. I'm the principal of Environmental Charter Middle School in Gardena. You'll see a lot of other leaders here today, and we're going to go over a slide deck with you that will also be shared with you. We'll also, I'll put it in the chat box today so you can click on it and have it, but we'll also send it out to you through Apply LA and Schoolmint, and you'll have access to it later. This video is also being broadcast live on YouTube at the same time. So if you get kicked out and you want to go check it out on YouTube, you can always go to our YouTube channel. I put the link in there as well. So if you have to leave early and you have to come back to it, you can always have access to it. Additionally, we have another meeting at 5 o'clock in case there's a question that you didn't get answered. If all your questions are answered, you do not have to come back to the 5 p.m. one. It's not going to be any new information. Buenos días, gracias por andar con nosotros. Me da mucha alegría ver tanta gente. Me encantaría estar en persona con ustedes y convivir y ver las caras de ustedes, pero para hacer esta junta de la manera más efectiva, lo vamos a hacer de esta forma. Van a ver muchos de los líderes de la escuela hoy para conocerlos también. Tenemos un equipo muy bueno. Yo soy David Trejo, soy el director de la escuela. Esta junta ahorita está en vivo en YouTube y va a andar en YouTube después de la junta. En caso que alguien se tenga que ir temprano, van a poder llegar y ver lo que no vieron. La junta de las 5 de la tarde igual va a ser que esta, entonces no tienen que regresar para esta. Pueden regresar si quieren, si lo quieren ver otra vez o si hay alguna pregunta que no se contestó primeramente. Tenemos mucha información hoy, pero no es todo. Todo anda cambiando cada día, cada momento, con lo que nos dirigen los miembros de las oficinas de salud del gobierno, pero vamos a tratar de presentar toda la información que podemos en este momento. Va a haber 3 maneras en que uno puede hacer preguntas hoy. Vamos a contestar preguntas al fin de la presentación, pero van a haber tres opciones. Van a poder meter preguntas escritas en la caja donde dice chat. También en su pantalla van a ver una sección, un botón abajo que dice Q y A, y allí también puede entrar su pregunta y la podemos contestar escrito o verbalmente. Y además hay un botón que tiene el botón con la foto, digamos, la imagen de la mano para levantar la mano virtual y vamos a poder activar su micrófono para poder escucharlos. Si solo andan levantando la mano en casa, no los podemos ver y no vamos a poder hablar con ellos. Pero van a tener que levantar la mano virtual. There's going to be 3 ways to ask questions today. there is a chat box that you can type your question into. There's also a virtual raise hand button. If you raise your hand now, we're probably not going to call on you until the end of the meeting, so please hang tight. When I say raise hand, I don't mean physically, because if you're at home with your hand raised, we can't see you and you're going to get really tired, but there is a virtual way to raise your hand, and there's also a Q&A box that you can enter your question into, and we'll be able to do it. If you get kicked out, you can't be on Zoom and you end up on YouTube, or you're watching this on YouTube, you can also enter a comment in the YouTube and we'll answer it then. So I will get us started as soon as I can share our screen. Let me get that going. Here we go. There we go. Panelists, will you let me know if you can see my screen yet? Does it say loading? Are we good? Okay. Here we go. So this is our first virtual meeting for our families that are new to us. Some of you may be new and not new to us. If you have younger siblings, if you have older siblings or that have already attended or have already culminated, welcome back. What you see there is one of our beautiful ponds. We hope to have you on campus soon, as soon as we can do so safely, so you can see the actual campus physically. We do have a beautiful campus that I think you would enjoy seeing. Today, we have just a couple of objectives. We want to update families on what we have done so far, what we're currently doing, and what comes next for us and for you. And we want to give you an opportunity to meet our staff and then provide space for questions. Tenemos objetivos bien sencillos hoy. Queremos actualizar a las familias con lo que hemos hecho a este punto para asegurarnos de la seguridad aquí, de planear qué andamos haciendo en este momento, qué viene adelante para ustedes y para nosotros. Queremos que tengan oportunidad para conocer el personal aquí, que les va a apoyar, y les queremos dar espacio para preguntas. Esta pantalla es bien importante. Si no tienen esta información, háganle el screenshot, tomen foto, lo que tengan que hacer, porque aquí tienen toda la información más importante para contestar preguntas. This is the most important school contact information. Screenshot this, take a picture of it, whatever it is you need. If you have not already made it a habit or a practice of communicating with the office when you need support. Has our website, has an email for our office, and we have our school phone number and contact there. Miss Isabel, will you go over this? You are on mute, Miss Isabel.
Buenos días, padres. Good morning, parents. My name is Isabel Aguirre, and I am the office manager of the school. Soy la gerente de la oficina. In this moment, I'm going to present some important information for you to know. The next step that you need to take from now is to make sure that you have completed the registration process into Apply LA, which is the platform that we are using to process all this during the online process. And you need to make sure that all the application forms have been completed and all the documents that you need to provide to upload during the process are also in the system in order for us to be able to consider your student that is fully enrolled. El próximo paso que ustedes deben tomar es asegurarse de que han completado el paquete de inscripción de su estudiante y que han proveído o subido los documentos que se requieren para completar el proceso. The form that you have to get into that website is using your cell phone number or your email address that was provided to us in the re-enrollment process. So make sure that you have updated information in our system. If you have any inconvenience to join the website, you can contact us, call over the phone, and we will be more than happy to assist you to get into the website. la manera en la que usted se puede conectar con el sistema es a través de su número de teléfono celular o a través de la dirección electrónica que usted nos proporcionó en el momento en el que completó el formulario. Si usted tiene dudas en cómo conectarse, puede comunicarse con nosotros a la oficina y con mucho gusto le asistiremos para que pueda accesar la página. Otra información muy importante es que usted nos deje saber lo antes posible si usted tiene un estudiante con un plan individual de educación o un IEP. Perdón. De manera que nosotros podamos como equipo proveer los servicios que su niño necesita y estar seguro que vamos a tenerlo listo para el inicio del año escolar. If you have any problem to access the website, you can use your cell phone number or your email address, and you can contact us if you need support. And additionally, if you have a student with an IEP, or you please make sure that you provide us with a copy of the IEP as soon as possible, so we can, as a team, make sure that we will be providing all the support and services that your student might need. And there are also some important dates that you need to consider and put it in your calendar, please.
Dr. RH is going to go over these, Isabel. Sorry,
Okay.
She was unmuting. Thank you.
All right, good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Ramirez Holden, Assistant Principal. I'm gonna go over some important dates. Summer Bridge will be, there will be an informational meeting for your students and you on July 28th. More information to come. July 30th through the 31st, we are gonna be distributing computers and our summer reading book. Right there on the side, you'll see a picture of our summer reading book, Ghost Boys. Every student, staff member, and teacher is reading this book over the summer. So you'll get more information on how to pick that up. And then August 3rd through the 7th will be Summer Bridge. So in that meeting, you'll get more information about what that week will look like. And then August 24th is our first day of school.
Will you help translate that, Ms. Isabel?
Ya, estas son algunas de las fechas importantes. El día 28 de julio va a haber una reunión de información acerca del puente de verano. El día 30 y 31 de julio estaremos distribuyendo las computadoras y un libro que sus estudiantes van a estar leyendo durante las vacaciones del verano. Del 3 al 7 de agosto se va a llevar a cabo ese puente de verano y el día 24 de agosto va a ser el primer día de clases.
So like I said earlier, my name is Dave Trejo. I am the principal of Environmental Charter Middle School Gardena. This will be my 7th year as a school principal, but my first full year with Gardena. I started in February. I was at our high school in Lawndale before that, and I was at the Inglewood campus last year. My email address is there below, but so is my cell phone, and text messaging me on that cell phone is probably the fastest way to get in touch with me. I'm embarrassed to tell you how many emails get sent to my inbox on a daily basis. And I wouldn't want something really important to fall through the cracks. Como dije anteriormente, mi nombre es David Trejo, soy el director de la escuela. Este va a ser mi primer año entero como el director de esta escuela, pero mi 7º año como director de escuelas. El semestre pasado empecé aquí en Gardena, entonces empecé como en febrero, antes de que empezó la pandemia. Y el semestre primero del año escolar anterior andaba en la high school en Lawndale de Environmental Charter High School, y el año pasado en la escuela secundaria en Inglewood de Environmental Charter Middle School. Ahí está mi correo electrónico, que lo pueden ver. También está mi número celular del trabajo aquí de la escuela. Mandándome mensaje de texto a ese número telefónico es la manera más rápida de ponerse en comunicación conmigo. Me llegan cientos y casi miles de correos electrónicos cada día, especialmente en esta época de tiempo. La manera más rápida de comunicarse conmigo es por mensaje de texto. Yo me encargo de el personal, de quién está aquí en esta escuela, asegurarnos que tenemos la gente correcta, los maestros de calidad, el apoyo, la evaluación de cada uno de los empleados, la comunicación con ustedes, asegurarme que tenemos gente en la comunidad y organizaciones que nos van a apoyar. También me encargo de la supervisión de la instrucción, las operaciones, la disciplina y todo el dinero que tenemos aquí para gastar en la escuela. Y me encargo de todos los informes. Hay demasiados informes en una escuela charter. Al distrito, al condado, al estado, al gobierno federal. Hay mucho que reportar. Ahí hasta las familias les reportamos. Y me trato de encargar de estar positivo todos los días, llegar con positividad y también ser bien honesto. Si hay algo que les puedo compartir, se los voy a compartir y comunicar. Si hay algo que no les he dicho, no es porque no ando de escondidas, es algo que no puedo comunicar, digamos, legalmente. Es la única manera que no les voy a comunicar algo. Yo soy, como dicen, un libro abierto. So what am I in charge of? Hiring, making sure we have the right people here, that we have the right team. Very proud of the team that we are bringing this coming year. I'm also in charge of ensuring they have support and evaluation, in charge of communication, community partnerships, all the big things that like you would associate with the principal role. Reports. As a charter school, we have to report more probably than a traditional district school because we have to report to the district, to the county, to the state, to the federal government. I try to come in each and every day with positivity, and honesty. I'm as transparent as possible. If there's information to share, it's going to be shared. If there's something that I haven't shared yet, it's not because I'm trying to be secretive. It just means that for whatever legal reason, I can't share things at that given point. The moment I can, things get shared.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Ramirez Holden, and I am Assistant Principal of Instruction. And there's my email address as well. Open door as well. If you have any questions about instruction or curriculum, please feel free to email me.
Buenos días, soy la doctora Ramírez Holding, soy la subdirectora de instrucción de la escuela. Mi dirección electrónica está colocada allí y cualquier pregunta que puedan tener en relación con la instrucción, por favor, siéntanse en la libertad de comunicarse conmigo.
What do I do? What am I in charge of? I oversee curriculum, assessment, and instruction. So anything happening in the classroom with teachers and students, I oversee. I'm also an instructional coach for our humanities department, and I oversee PowerSchool, which is our platform we use for grades, and academic intervention. So if your student is struggling or needs some help, I will be the one to step in to help with academic interventions.
¿Qué es lo que yo hago? Soy la supervisora de instrucción del currículo, evaluación de la escuela. So, si alguno de sus estudiantes tiene algún problema en el salón de clase, yo me encargo de asistir con ese problema. También soy la facilitadora de instrucción de los maestros. Me encargo de la plataforma PowerSchool, que es la que se utiliza para las calificaciones de los estudiantes y también de las intervenciones académicas de los estudiantes.
Great morning, new families. I wish I could say it's good to see you, but thank you for being here because I can't see you. I'm Dean Royal, I'm Tarvia Royal. I'm the Dean of Student Culture here at ECMSG. That is my contact information. Please screenshot that as well. You may need that really soon, this upcoming fall.
Buenos días. Soy la señora Royal, la decana de cultura de los estudiantes acá en la escuela. Mi dirección electrónica está publicada allí abajo y mi número de teléfono y van a estar oyendo de mí muy pronto acá en la escuela.
And my department is D-League. And what we do is a few things, focus on student engagements. We implement positive behavior interventions, such as DJ sessions, trivia every week with prizes. And our student service coordinator leads that, Mr. Crawley. You'll hear from him right after me. He'll be leading most of those things. We also work with the families to eliminate obstacles of learning. So these are unprecedented times, and virtual learning can be very difficult when it comes to tech, when it comes to supporting individual families that may be going through some type of hardship due to the pandemic. So again, I asked you to screenshot that my information, because we're willing to work and support and help you through those things that you need. I'm sorry, Miss Isabel.
Ok, mi departamento se llama Liga D. ¿Y qué es lo que hacemos? Nos enfocamos en asegurarnos de la participación de los estudiantes en su clase a través de recordatorios, a través de trivias que se hacen de manera semanal, premios, secciones de música, en combinación con la ayuda del señor Crowley, a quien también van a conocer dentro de poco. También trabajamos con las familias para eliminar obstáculos que puedan tener los estudiantes en su proceso de aprendizaje, y buscamos la manera de proporcionarles a ustedes el mejor apoyo. De igual manera nos aseguramos de comunicarnos de manera clara con todos ustedes, y que la comunicación entre ustedes y los maestros sea una comunicación también bien fluida. Por favor, tómenle una fotografía a mi información de contacto, a teléfono, dirección electrónica, porque con seguridad vamos a estar en contacto y van a oír de nosotros muy pronto.
Also, to help eliminate those obstacles and to ensure that we have a clear line of communication between you, between the teachers, between the students, we just ask that you keep an open line of communication. You'll be hearing a lot from me and again, Mr. Crawley. There's also one thing that I missed too, along with the department, along with D-League. We focus on restorative practices, restorative justice. So what that means and what that looks like is, if your student has a conflict with another student, we're trying to teach them how to properly interact with each other. We're trying to teach them what a repair looks like. We're trying to teach them what restoring a relationship looks like. So that's all included in D-League in my department.
Algo muy importante que deseamos que ustedes sepan es que nosotros buscamos eliminar cualquier obstáculo en la comunicación entre ustedes, los maestros y los estudiantes, de manera que les pedimos que por favor tengan una mentalidad abierta con respecto a esto. Ustedes van a estar oyendo con mucha frecuencia acerca de esta situación, van a estar oyendo de mí o del señor Crowley una vez más, de manera que podamos mantener una comunicación fluida. También queremos hacerles saber que nosotros ponemos en práctica la justicia restaurativa, y para eso lo que quiere decir es que nosotros tratamos de eliminar todo obstáculo que pueda haber en las dificultades que los estudiantes puedan presentar, de forma que esta comunicación sea fluida entre nosotros.
I look forward to meeting all of you, rather that be virtual. And please reach out if you need any support when it comes to your student and them being in class or them with academic anything. Just reach out, please. Thank you.
Por favor, acérquense a nosotros, comuníquense con nosotros con cualquier situación o dificultad o problema entre los estudiantes o los maestros. Nosotros estamos disponibles para asistirles.
Good morning, families. I am Mr. Crawley, Jerron Crawley. I am the Student Support Services Coordinator, as well as the Parent and Community Liaison for the school. There is my email below. If you have any needs or any questions or anything regarding any events or anything regarding just your student, please feel free to reach out via email.
Buenos días, soy el señor Crowley, Jerome Crowley. Soy el coordinador de servicios y apoyo a los estudiantes, y de igual manera el coordinador de las relaciones con los padres y la comunidad. Mi dirección electrónica está publicada para que por favor se puedan comunicar conmigo en lo que les pueda asistir.
So as Dean Royal mentioned, I am a part of our D-League team here on campus. So in addition to the things that she already mentioned, things that I do, I curate and lead the African-American male initiatives here on campus, and as of recently online. Also create video and print content for student and parent consumption, anything from update videos to newsletters, etc. That are all be coming from me. If you wanted to add anything or had any questions about any of that content, you could direct those questions to me. I also provide academic and emotional support for those students in need. Just, just that period. And yeah, like I said, just to reiterate, I also work with Dean Royal with families to eliminate obstacles of learning and ensure clear communication between teachers and families. I'm kind of like just the go-to person as far as if you can't get in touch with teachers and or someone in higher administration, you'll be hearing a lot from me as far as updates and just things when it comes to your students' progression.
Ok, voy a tratar de captar todo eso.
Sorry.
Mr. Crowley, él de igual manera forma parte de la Liga D con la señora Royal y básicamente se encarga de crear y dirigir actividades en las que están involucrados nuestros jóvenes varones afroamericanos en el plantel y también en línea. Se encarga de igual manera de crear contenidos impresos y videos para el consumo de todos. Provee de igual forma apoyo académico y emocional cuando los estudiantes lo necesitan y trata de trabajar con las familias para eliminar los obstáculos que puedan existir entre los estudiantes, los maestros en su proceso de aprendizaje. De igual manera, va a tratar de mantener comunicación muy fluida y constante, así que van a estar escuchando con mucha frecuencia de parte del señor Crowley y de la señora Royal durante todo este proceso. Go ahead, Mr. Crowley.
All right, yeah, so as I mentioned, I am the parent and community liaison here on campus. So some of the ways that, or some of the things that we have for parent involvement throughout the school year, and just keep in mind, they may look a little bit different this school year, just given our new distance learning model. However, we will try our best to continue to be consistent with all of our programs and parent involvement activities. But some things you can expect this year are site council. We also have ELAC, which is English Learners Advisory Committee. We have an Equity and Diversity Committee. We have Back to School Night, parent conferences, various events and celebrations throughout the school year, Harvest Festival. We have benchmarks, which parents are welcome to attend. We have coffee with the administration throughout the school year. There are many volunteer opportunities. You will receive weekly parent newsletters from me and also different parent workshops throughout the school year.
Ok, como dije anteriormente, también soy el coordinador de las relaciones con los padres y la comunidad, y estas son algunas de las actividades que tenemos en nuestra escuela para el involucramiento de los padres, aunque dado el modelo de aprendizaje a distancia, muy posiblemente para este próximo año esto pueda lucir un poquito diferente, pero para que ustedes puedan saber las actividades que nosotros llevamos a cabo, tenemos un concilio escolar de padres. De igual manera tenemos un comité de padres para los estudiantes que son aprendices del idioma inglés, un comité de equidad y diversidad, noches de regreso a la escuela, eventos y celebraciones, conferencias de padres, el Festival de la Cosecha, café con los administradores, tenemos una publicación, un boletín de noticias semanal, también conduce el señor Crowley los talleres para los padres. Estas son solo algunas de las actividades que nosotros llevamos constantemente acá en la escuela.
Good morning, families. Hi, I'm Celise Heron, and I am the Special Education Coordinator.
Buenos días, familias. Soy la señora Celise Heron y soy la coordinadora del Departamento de Educación del Departamento de Educación Especial de la escuela.
And my contact information is below. You can reach me by my email or by my cell phone that's listed.
Mi información de contacto está aquí abajo. Ustedes se pueden comunicar conmigo a través de un correo electrónico o mi teléfono celular.
So my role on campus is to support the educational specialists and also support students with IEPs.
Mi rol en la escuela es proporcionar apoyo a los especialistas de educación y de igual manera a los estudiantes que tienen un plan individual de educación o un IEP.
I support distance learning for students with IEPs, support families to find academic support resources.
Yo proveo apoyo a los estudiantes en el aprendizaje a distancia y de igual manera a las familias para encontrar recursos.
I also support general education and special education classes and teachers.
También proveo apoyo en la educación general y en la educación especial en los salones de clase a los maestros.
I collaborate with support providers so that they can support students with IEPs.
También colaboro con los proveedores de servicios de manera que puedan prestar el apoyo a los estudiantes con educación especial.
And in the future, we're planning on hosting a distance learning parenting town hall specifically for students with IEPs.
Y en el futuro planeamos organizar reuniones de padres para los estudiantes que están con un plan de educación especial y en un modelo de educación o aprendizaje a distancia.
So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out with any concerns, questions, or suggestions.
Por favor, si usted tiene alguna pregunta, siéntase en la libertad de comunicarse con cualquier pregunta, cualquier sugerencia o cualquier preocupación.
Here are also additional resources that we do have for special education, specialized academic instruction, and academic support in general education classes.
Estos son también algunos de los recursos adicionales que nosotros proporcionamos, dentro de los cuales está la instrucción académica especial y el apoyo académico en las clases pequeñas dentro del salón de clase.
Small classes in English, history, math, and science, and students are also mainstreamed in electives.
Tenemos clases reducidas o pequeñas en inglés, en historia, matemáticas y ciencias, y los estudiantes también están incorporados a esas clases selectivas.
And there's lots of collaboration with the English language development
También
and
hay,
providers.
también hay colaboración con el Departamento de Aprendices del Idioma en Inglés y con en pequeñas clases para proporcionarles ese apoyo.
Integrated ELD instruction in the classes and small designed ELD classes.
Hay integración en todas las clases del programa de aprendizaje del inglés, como mencioné anteriormente, en pequeños grupos de clases.
And also collaboration with the support providers, speech and language, behavior services, and occupational therapy.
De igual manera, colaboración con los proveedores de servicios a los estudiantes, específicamente con las terapias del lenguaje, apoyo para el comportamiento o la conducta y las terapias ocupacionales.
So if your student does have an IEP, please make sure that you forward the information over to us as soon as possible.
De modo que si usted tiene un estudiante con un plan de educación individual, le pedimos por favor que nos proporcione una copia de ese plan más actualizado tan pronto le sea posible.
Because we want to make sure that we set up the supports for your student to ensure academic success in the classroom.
Porque queremos asegurarnos de que su estudiante reciba el apoyo para que pueda tener éxito en su clase.
And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or call me. I am here to support.
Y una vez más, si usted necesita comunicarse conmigo, puede enviarme un correo electrónico o hacer una llamada, porque yo estoy aquí para apoyarles.
Welcome to ECMSG.
Y bienvenidos a Environmental Charter Middle School Gardena.
Hello, incoming families. Thank you for being here. My name is Mr. Delgado. I'm the school counselor of ECMS Gardena. A few of the, my information is there. If you could screenshot it, that's my email. If you guys need anything, feel free to contact me. Hola, buenos días a los padres que están aquí, de nuevos estudiantes. Soy el señor Delgado, el consejero de la escuela. Tienen mi información aquí para si necesitan cualquier información acerca de mandando mensajes, contactar acerca de consejería. Can you go to the next slide, Mr. Crow? So as far as the counseling department, I'm overseeing the counseling department. A few of the things that we do is provide individual and group counseling sessions. We provide interventions for students inside of the classroom, which could include psychoeducation interventions inside of the classroom that teachers will be teaching. We also have a few partnering agencies that we partner with to provide mental health support, such as Masada Homes providing therapy services. We also have MSA Mentors, which is Cal State Dominguez Hills, offering college university students to mentor some of our students. We also get some support from GRID, Gang Youth Reduction Program. It's another agency that we collaborate with. And we recently have a new collaborating agency, Cal State Long Beach, which they will be providing social work interns to provide mental health therapy services on our campus. This does happen on campus. However, it's been happening virtually as well. So this will be happening daily. If your student is coming from your school and they receive counseling services or any therapy services, please make sure to make me aware prior to them starting. You just email me or let the front office know and they will be sure to let me know. So acerca del departamento de consejería, tenemos consejería individual y en grupo para los estudiantes que necesitan apoyo. También tenemos programas que que colaboramos. Y uno de esos programas sería Masada Homes, que ofrecen terapia de salud mental. MSA, que es Cal State Dominguez Hills, que tiene estudiantes en la universidad que les da ayuda y apoyo a nuestros estudiantes. Y GRID, que es un programa que ayuda con estudiantes que tienen dificultad con su comportamiento y están a riesgo de llegar a pandillas. Ellos ayudan con eso también. Y hace poco agarramos un contrato con la Universidad de Cal State Long Beach. Va a tener trabajadora social que ofrecen ayuda de salud mental. All right. Can we go to the next slide, Mr. Trejo? Can we go to the next slide, Mr. Trejo? There it goes. So we won't play this video, but what this is Summer Bridge. It's going to be happening next in August, the first week of August, which is August 3rd through August 7th. We will have more information for you guys in the Summer Bridge informational sessions. So expect that to come in. You're more than welcome to click on the video when you get a chance and watch on your own. But just remember those dates, August 3rd through August 7th. That would be when Summer Bridge happens. And more than likely it would be virtually, but you'll get more information on the Summer Bridge informational. Summer Bridge va a ser agosto 3 al 7. Van a recibir más información en la sesión informativa que vamos a tener. All right. Thank you very much for your time and for being here. Gracias por estar aquí, por poner atención. Gracias.
All right, I'm going to introduce you to our 6th grade team. We are missing 2 pictures there, Dr. Brooks and Miss Wallen, but this is our 6th grade team. Our teachers during distance learning have really stepped it up. They're working from home. They've completely transformed their job, learning all of these new tech tools and like how to interact with students online. They continue to be positive and a positive influence for our students and collaborate with each other and reflect. And the shifts that have been made in our schedule, we are ensuring that we're also supporting our staff as human beings.
Voy a proceder a presentarles nuestro personal de 6º grado. Algunas fotografías no están colocadas allí todavía, pero lo que realiza nuestro equipo de 6º grado. Por favor, Mr. Trejo, ¿puede volver a la lámina anterior? Would you please go back? Ok, gracias. Lo que realizamos es que nuestros maestros, les dejamos saber que nuestros maestros han estado trabajando constantemente desde la casa durante todo este periodo de tiempo. Y por supuesto esto ha implicado que han tenido que transformar completamente el trabajo. Continúan de igual manera siendo una influencia positiva para todos nuestros estudiantes, continúan colaborando y reflexionando y manteniéndose positivos unos con otros, apoyándose y también buscamos que puedan tener ese balance y ese apoyo no solo como maestros, sino también como seres humanos.
And one more thing, you'll notice that there's 2 math and science teachers and 2 ELA history teachers. Your students will have 1 math and science, 1 ELA history teacher.
Pueden notar también que aparecen 2 maestros en el área de inglés y de ciencias y matemáticas. Cada estudiante o cada grado, los estudiantes van a tener un maestro de ciencias y un maestro de matemáticas y de igual manera un maestro para inglés.
Good morning. My name is Ms. Zimani. I am the office coordinator and the food service coordinator at Gardena. I'm going to introduce our main office team. We have Mrs. Isabel, the office manager, and we also have Mrs. Hernandez, our office assistant and special education clerk.
Buenos días, mi nombre es la señora Imani Burton. Soy la coordinadora de la oficina y de igual manera coordinadora de los servicios de comidas escolares. Voy a introducirles o presentarles el personal de la oficina. La señora Isabel Aguirre es la gerente de la oficina a su servicio y la señora Hernández, que es la asistente de la oficina y también asistente del Departamento de Educación Especial. Imani.
We can go to the next slide. The main office is open on Mondays and Thursdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. by appointment only.
Nuestra oficina está abierta los lunes y los jueves desde las 8 de la mañana hasta las 4 de la tarde y solo recibimos con una cita previa.
The main office is available on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays by phone and email only.
La oficina está abierta y disponible los martes, miércoles y viernes solamente por llamadas telefónicas y por dirección, correo electrónico.
On Mondays and Thursdays, we distribute food from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. in our back parking lot via drive-thru.
Los días lunes y jueves en el horario de 11:30 de la mañana a 1:30 de la tarde distribuimos las comidas escolares a través de el autoservicio por la parte del estacionamiento trasero de la escuela.
When you're on campus, please maintain the social distance guidelines by wearing your face mask and keeping 6 feet apart.
Cuando usted esté en nuestro plantel, por favor asegúrese de llevar su máscara facial y mantener la distancia de 6 pies entre una persona y otra.
If you need any assistance or any help regarding Chromebooks, logging into PowerSchool, or any other needs, please make sure that you make an appointment with the main office.
Si usted llegara a necesitar ayuda con las computadoras Chromebooks, con el acceso a PowerSchool o al Internet, por favor asegúrese de llamar a la oficina y hacer una cita para que podamos ayudarle.
So here you will see our mission as an organization. This is for all environmental charter schools. Our mission is to reimagine public education in low-income communities of color to prepare conscious critical thinkers who are equipped to graduate from college and create a more equitable and sustainable world. Sometimes that's our fancy way of essentially saying we want to be real with our kids. We want them to know what the world is and what it isn't, and not only grow up and feel like they have to wait until they grow up to have an impact on this world in a positive way. We want them to know that they are agents of change and they can start that now, and that it's their responsibility to not only take in what this world is, but make it a better place. Nuestra misión es para reimaginar la educación pública en las comunidades de color, de bajos recursos, para preparar pensadores conscientes, críticos, que están equipados para graduarse de la universidad y crear un mundo más equitativo y sostenible. Eso es nuestra manera de decir que no, somos bien honestos con los alumnos. Queremos que sepan qué es la belleza de este mundo, qué son los obstáculos de este mundo y que ellos sepan que no tienen que esperar hasta que sean adultos para tener influencia positiva en este mundo. Queremos que sepan que ellos pueden ver lo que es el mundo y no tienen que esperar, pueden tener ese impacto y la responsabilidad de hacer este mundo un lugar mejor y pueden empezar ese trabajo de inmediato. Aquí en esta escuela tenemos 360 alumnos, 120 en cada grado. En grados 6 y 7, como dijo la asistente directora, los alumnos tienen 4 maestros, 2 de clases electivas y un maestro que les da matemáticas y ciencia y uno que les da inglés y lectura. En el grado 8 tienen un maestro para cada clase, historia, lectura, ciencia, matemáticas. Son 4 maestros diferentes y las 2 clases electivas. Tenemos una clase de asesoría donde pueden andar con el mismo maestro todo el año, varias veces a la semana. Y esta clase no es académica, es para asegurarnos que andan construyendo relación fuerte con los maestros y que sepan que aquí hay a mínimo, ojalá más, pero a mínimo un adulto que es va a tener abogacia para ellos. Es como el padre o madre aquí en la escuela que los va a representar y apoyar. También tenemos aprendizaje ambiental. Cada año llevamos los alumnos al campamento afuera. Este año no lo vamos a poder hacer por razones obvias, pero esperamos ya que anden en grado 7º, no tengan la sorpresa cuando le andamos mandando el formulario de que queremos que los alumnos vayan al campamento por un par de noches. Es algo bien importante para la cultura de la escuela y para que los alumnos tengan relación con los otros y vean y salgan del mundo de las pantallas y anden en la naturaleza. Tenemos consejería aquí, que ya vieron al señor Delgado, tiene mucha gente y organizaciones que lo apoyan, y tenemos orientación de verano para los alumnos, que cada año ocurre en persona. Este año va a ser virtual, pero andamos asegurándonos que antes de que empiecen, los alumnos tengan la oportunidad de conocer a maestros, la cultura de la escuela y otros amigos, para que no sientan que en el primer día, sea en persona o sea virtual, no tengan amigos. Y andamos enfocados en mejorar la calidad de nuestro aprendizaje a distancia. Our school is 360 students, 120 in every grade level. We have advisory several times a week, and that is not an academic class. It's just an intentional time in which a teacher is building a relationship with students. We want to make sure that every student has, at minimum, hopefully more, but at minimum, one champion on campus. We have a counseling program. We have environmental learning. Every year we take kids camping. Every single child in the school is expected to go camping with their grade level. This coming year, we're probably not going to have it for obvious reasons. But in 7th grade, we hope to have it in 7th and 8th grade for your child. Please don't be surprised in 7th grade when there's a permission slip going home for your child to go camping for 2 nights. Our summer bridge this year will be in the first week of August. We have distance learning, and we also have an interdisciplinary quarter every year in which we ensure that all the classes that they're learning a big major theme, and what they're learning in math is related to what they're learning in science and English and history, and it's not all disconnected. Just to let you know what we did when the pandemic started and the quarantine stuff began, we shifted over to distance learning, and we continue to serve over 900 meals a week. We passed out over 200 laptops. We passed out hotspots. We passed out YouTube. We did YouTube videos. If you haven't been on our YouTube channel, I would recommend going there. That's the name of our YouTube channel right there. And we also started talking points communication. As soon as you are enrolled, and we have enough of you enrolled, we're going to switch to communicate with you away from Apply LA to talking points, which will send you text messages to your phone, or you can download the app. You can do one or the other, or both, and then you can reply directly, and it'll be a really quick way for you to ask a question and get information without having to call us, without having to send an email, and we'll send updates like that. It is automatically translated, so if there's a language barrier, you can reply in your native language and we'll get it in English. We can reply in English, you'll get it in your native language. Cuando hicimos la transición al aprendizaje de distancia, seguimos aquí para la comunidad. Más de 900 comidas a la semana, pasamos o distribuimos más de 200 computadoras para los alumnos, accesos de puntos de internet, y tenemos un canal en YouTube ahora para que ellos para poder comunicar con las familias y los alumnos. Si tengan tiempo, por favor, lleguen allí para ver eso. Y ya tenemos una plataforma que se llama Talking Points para mandarles mensajes textos a ustedes que se traducen en su lenguaje automáticamente. Ustedes pueden responder en español o en cualquier lenguaje que platican y nosotros lo recibimos en inglés.
So what have students been doing before during distance learning? We were making sure that it's very student-centered, flexible, and sustainable and collaborative. So we have live sessions. Teachers have also been creating lesson videos. They've been analyzing credible media and science, discussing themes of adversity, relating to like our whole global pandemic. They have been sharing spaces during advisory, like social emotional learning, to connect with their peers and their teachers. And they also have been creating videos on their own, slideshows, and just documents to make their thinking visible. That's really important, that we're able to make sure that students are able to see the thinking going on with their peers and their teachers.
Lo que nuestros estudiantes han estado haciendo durante el aprendizaje a distancia es lo siguiente. El aprendizaje a distancia ha estado centrado en los alumnos de manera flexible, sostenible y en un ambiente de colaboración. También han podido unirse a sesiones de clase en vivo. Los maestros han estado creando videos de las lecciones que ellos han podido tener acceso. Han tenido la oportunidad de crear un diario, de escribir un diario acerca de cómo está su percepción y cómo se han sentido en relación a lo que les rodea y los acontecimientos que están llevándose a cabo en el mundo. Han estado analizando medios creíbles en ciencias, han estado teniendo discusiones sobre la adversidad y lo que significa vivir en este mundo, en este momento para ellos. Han tenido la oportunidad de compartir espacios para conectarse con sus compañeros, creando videos también ellos mismos y haciendo sus presentaciones a través de este sistema, lo cual les permite tener la oportunidad de expresar su pensamiento y que este pensamiento pueda ser accesible o visto por los demás.
So our first day of school is August 24th. And we are currently working on our master schedule and like what that will look like. As of right now, Mondays is early dismissal because teachers have professional development. So usually the classes are from 8 to 1:45, and then Tuesday through Friday, it's 8 to 3:40. We will have a finalized schedule posted by August 15th.
Nuestro primer día de clase será el día 24 de agosto. Estamos trabajando en el horario maestro todavía, pero por lo pronto les informamos que el horario de clase es los días lunes de 8 de la mañana a 1:45 de la tarde, debido a que los lunes después de este horario los maestros atienden una sesión de adiestramiento profesional, y los días martes a viernes el horario es de 8 de la mañana a 3:40 de la tarde. De igual manera, estamos trabajando en el horario y este va a ser publicado el día 15 de agosto.
So our number one goal is safety for everyone, which is why we are not fully committed to having every student on campus on day one. I think if you are watching the news, you may see some conflicting things. The County of Los Angeles yesterday said every school in Los Angeles should be ready for full virtual learning. What the president and the Secretary of Department of Education said was that they want everyone back in school in the fall. So there's conflicting things that are guidance that's coming our way. We are going to do what is in the best interest of the health and safety of you, your child, and our staff. That is going to be what we how we guide our decision making. We are operating as of now with the expectation that distance learning will be the main way that we start. And then we are trying to figure out how many students we can have on campus safely. So then we can then determine which students are on campus and for what reason, to make sure that it's predictable and a useful usage of time for everyone. El objetivo número uno para nosotros ahorita es la seguridad de todos, que ustedes estén saludables y que sus hijos estén saludables y que el personal aquí esté saludable. Si andan viendo las noticias, hay mucha gente que anda diciendo cosas que andan en conflicto uno con otro. Lo que dice el presidente es una cosa, lo que dicen los oficiales de salud del condado de Los Ángeles es algo bien, bien diferente. Nosotros nos vamos a asegurar de elegir lo que es en el mejor interés de la seguridad y la salud de todos. Vamos a empezar el año, tenemos el plan desde hoy, empezar con aprendizaje a distancia, con el programa Principio. Y andamos trabajando este verano para asegurarnos que sea de la más alta calidad, con un horario bien claro para hacer. Y andamos trabajando para asegurarnos y hacer el plan de cuántos alumnos podemos tener en un salón seguramente, para asegurarnos que si vamos a tener alumnos en la escuela en grupos pequeños, que sea algo que sea constante, que sea rutina y que tenga propósito. No solo los andamos trayendo aquí por cualquier razón, que sea algo efectivo para todos.
Rather it's on campus or rather it's virtual learning. We have some agreements, some community agreements, some tribe agreements that we all are expected to look at and follow. Staff, students, everyone. You said right here, mutual respect, appreciations, no put down, right to pass, right to participate, attentive listening, and mindfulness. Earlier, I was discussing restorative practice and restorative justices. Those are the things that are mentioned when it's time to teach kids how to interact properly with each other, rather in person or online. So more school norms will be given to your kiddos through their teacher, and we'll have that all together for distance learning. I'm sorry, it's just we're changing everything. It looks different on campus than it looks distance learning.
Ya sea que las clases se inicien a distancia o se lleven a cabo dentro del plantel, tenemos un conjunto de normas o reglas y expectativas que se deben cumplir. Y esperamos que estas expectativas se sigan, se encuentran, van a estar accesibles a ustedes a través del manual que se les va a hacer llegar, y van a ser acuerdos conjuntos comunitarios. Dentro de esas reglas esperamos que haya respeto mutuo, que haya derecho a participar, que puedan ser conscientes de lo que están haciendo, y hay muchas más reglas o reglas adicionales de las que van a ir conociendo poco a poco, una vez más, ya sea que el aprendizaje se lleve a cabo a distancia o dentro del plantel. Sin embargo, van a recibir más normas en relación a esto, porque esto va a lucir de manera muy diferente cuando se trata de aprendizaje a distancia.
Eso concluye la presentación y queremos asegurarnos que hagamos espacio para preguntas. Y como dije anteriormente, pueden hacer pregunta por levantar la mano virtualmente, pueden escribir en la caja chat, pueden escribir alguna pregunta donde dice Q&A. So that's the end of our presentation, but we do want to provide space for questions. Again, like I said earlier, you can type questions into the chat box, the Q&A box, or raise your virtual hand, and we will share this presentation with you in the chat box in just a moment. I see one question about what does education look like for a student with an IEP? So Ms. Celise, would you like to answer that question?
Sure. So a student with an IEP will receive support in class from an ed specialist in their general education class. The IEP will be followed as the minutes that are to be delivered for support. And or if the ed specialist is not supporting in class, there will be a paraeducator to provide support for the student. There will also be follow-up clinic classes, which the students will be working on their IEP goals with the paraeducator and or the ed specialist to make sure that the students are progressing towards academic success and academic growth.
Ok, la pregunta inicial es cómo luce la educación en un salón de clase para un estudiante con un plan de educación especial. Y en resumen, el estudiante va a recibir sus clases de servicios de educación especial dentro del salón de clase de educación general. Adicionalmente, los proveedores de servicio van a proveer ese servicio, valga la redundancia, al estudiante dentro del salón de clase.
And virtual
Oh, go ahead, Mr. Trejo. I think I missed the last part.
And virtually what it's looked like is we've had support staff in the sessions as teachers have been teaching. And when the session ends, students that need that support that have an IEP stay on for additional support immediately with the support staff. Lo que andamos haciendo virtualmente es que el personal de la educación especial que anda apoyando a los alumnos anda en la clase virtual con el maestro o maestra mientras andan dando instrucción virtual, y cuando se acaba eso, esos alumnos que ocupan el apoyo adicional se quedan ahí para ese apoyo de inmediato. Okay, I'm going to allow, I see a couple of hands raised and I want to get those questions in, and then we'll answer the other questions. Ms. Blanca Trujillo, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and you should be able to speak. Señora Trujillo, ¿puede activar su micrófono, por favor? Y puede hacer su pregunta.
Ok, mi pregunta es, ¿cuándo es cuando se van a entregar las copias del IP? Porque yo tengo una hija con IP.
So the question is, when will copies of IEPs be turned in? La oficina, si usted cuando complete acaba la registración, es la primera cosa que uno tiene que hacer. Allí uno tiene que indicar que tiene IEP y eso activa un proceso en nuestra oficina donde nos comunicamos con ustedes y ustedes pueden llegar a dejar la copia después de eso.
Ok, porque yo ya llené la aplicación. Yo ya la llené, okay, y solamente tengo pues esa pregunta para entregar las copias.
Si ya hizo la aplicación, entonces bien pronto me imagino que nos vamos a comunicar con ustedes para hacer cita para que nos traigan la copia más reciente.
Okay.
So the question is if registration is complete and you've indicated your child has an IEP, give us a few days and we will reach out to you. One thing I didn't say earlier is that 11:30 to 1:30 on Monday and Thursday is when we're passing out food for our families. You can come and pick up food even if your child's not fully enrolled yet. You can come and pick up food during those times, 11:30 to 1:30. We do it in the drive-through in our parking lot. Please wear a mask and practice social distancing if you're walking on campus because you don't have a car. If you have a car, please wear a mask when you are lowering your window. Lo que no mencioné anteriormente es que andamos pasando la comida durante lunes y jueves de 9:30 a 11:30 y ustedes pueden ya llegar para recoger esa comida. No tienen que acabar la registración antes de agarrar eso. Si llegan caminando porque no tienen automóvil, por favor se aseguren de la distancia social y de tener máscara. Si andan manejando, cuando bajan la ventana en nuestro estacionamiento, por favor pongan máscara cuando andan bajando la ventana. I'm going to go on to Colleen Espinoza, and then I'm going to answer some of the questions in the chat box before we come back to some more hands raised. So Colleen, if you can unmute yourself. Señora Espinosa, si puede activar su micrófono, por favor.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Now we
Hello?
can't. No, there we go. Yeah, you're good now.
Sorry. So, okay, regards to the IEP students, mine's like severe. So how do you handle that? How many like kids are in a group in the classroom for the IEP? But for like, he's in 6th grade. So how many IEPs would they be in that one classroom?
That's a really good question that like we can't guarantee an answer to, because while people are still enrolling, we don't know who has one and who doesn't. What I will say is that charter schools are public schools, and so if it's in the IEP, we have to serve it. That's like that is what federal law says. If based on what we review when we get that IEP, every single student, like I'm sure you know, needs an IEP within 30 days of enrolling in a new school. If you have concerns prior to that, Ms. H. Solis Ferran is the person to reach out to and email, because she will walk you through that process and collaborate with you to ensure that you feel like you are a partner in setting up your child for success.
Okay.
And so we will make sure that whatever supports are necessary will be in place.
Okay.
La pregunta fue al lado de educación especial, en la situación que un alumno tenga apoyos y acomodaciones que son más severas, ¿qué se puede hacer? Y lo que ando comunicando es que es difícil comunicar lo que se va a hacer para cada alumno sin tener cada plan individual de los alumnos que tienen IEP enfrente de nosotros, pero Ms. Herran es la coordinadora, y cuando nos dan el IEP, si que tienen preocupaciones antes de que empiece el año escolar, se comunican con ella y ella va a poder apoyar para asegurar que ustedes sientan que tengan abogacía y y tengan voz en este proceso. Cada alumno que tiene un IEP, por ley, tiene que tener una junta de IEP en los primeros 30 días. Does that answer your question, Mrs. Espinosa?
Yes, but I have one more. So would I pick up a laptop for him? Or how's that going to work? Samina already has her laptop here, but for him, because he's a new 6th grader, do I pick one up for him?
You will pick one up for him the Thursday or Friday before summer bridge starts.
Okay, great. Yeah,
Got it. Fue pregunta muy buena al lado de las computadoras para los alumnos. Si ocupan computadora o punto de acceso, el jueves y viernes antes de que empiece la orientación de verano para los alumnos, que es la primera semana de agosto, el jueves y viernes anterior, vamos a poder pasar esa tecnología. Quiero contestar algunas de las preguntas que veo aquí que se han hecho, que son unas de las preguntas un poco más fácil, y después vamos a llegar a las preguntas con la gente que tiene la mano virtual. So I want to answer some of the easier questions real quick so I can knock those out. Are there any organized sports? We have an after-school program. We have an iZone after-school program, so that when students are on campus, there are organized sports there. We've had football, we've had flag football, we've had basketball. I believe we've had volleyball in the past, right? And soccer. I think the iZone team the after-school program is very responsive, and they get a gauge of what the kids are interested in and ensure that they're not creating a basketball team if no one's interested in basketball. And if kids are interested in basketball, then they work really well. They do work hard to get that done. We'll have more information about the after-school program when it's closer to the beginning of school, so you know how to sign up for that. As far as the school year is planned for distance learning for the entire school year as of now, no, that is not the case. We are certainly hoping that by some point when it's safer, that we have more students on campus. But what we don't want to do is overpromise and then completely disrupt your entire schedule when we say we can't have your kid on campus 5 days a week anymore, because now we have to go into quarantine, and we don't want to be a super spreader in the community. So we want to make sure that if you have a predictable cadence to what your day looks like, and we build on that safely. Lo que no pregunté, no contesté la pregunta anterior en español, que fue que la pregunta fue al lado de equipos de deportes. Sí tenemos un programa de después de escuela que cuida a los alumnos cuando andan aquí en la escuela. ¿Cómo se va a ver eso en el otoño si los alumnos andan virtual? No sabemos todavía. Andamos viendo qué apoyos. Ellos van a seguir dando apoyos como tutoría y clases así, pero de deporte solo va a ser posible si podemos andar aquí en la escuela. Y ellos se encargan de hacerles encuestas a los niños de interés, si quieren equipo de fútbol o fútbol americano o básquetbol, entonces ponen los equipos para que ellos puedan competir. Al lado del plan virtual, si es para todo el año escolar, esperamos que no, y andamos esperando que ojalá podamos regresar a cierto punto a algo más normal, pero todo va a ser basado a la salud. No vamos a andar planeando para todo el año todavía. Si lo tenemos que hacer todo el año, lo vamos a hacer de la manera más alta de calidad, pero andamos planeando para también tener alumnos en la escuela. Lo que queremos es que el horario y la vida de ustedes sea constante y no lo andamos cambiando cada 20, 15 días porque gente se enferma. And they are not going to have to wear a uniform every day if they're online. We have not instituted that. What Mr. Delgado does recommend is that you get them out of their pajamas so that they feel like they're going somewhere, get them showered, get them in a routine. He's got a whole mental health town hall on our YouTube with all sorts of recommendations for that. Because if they're waking up 2 minutes before it just doesn't get them in that mindset. So while they won't be wearing the uniform there, and we'll send more information about uniform through School Mint or Talking Points once we talk to our school uniform provider, so that regardless of how often your child's going to be on campus, you have those polo shirts when that happens. La pregunta al lado de uniforme, no tienen que andar en un uniforme en casa, pero el señor delegado, el consejero, sí recomienda que tengan rutina, que los despierte con tiempo suficiente para que se puedan cepillar los dientes, desayunar y cambiarse, porque si andan en los pajamas, psicológicamente no siempre no es la manera más fácil para prepararlos al pensamiento académico.
Y también tenemos un video en el programa, en el YouTube del señor Trejo. Por favor, mírenlo cuando tengan tiempo. And we also have that video on YouTube, so please check it out on Mr. Trejo's YouTube account.
And there's another question about the IEP. Yes, please don't try to upload it. It's way too many pages. If you complete the registration and you indicate that your child has an IEP, we will reach out to you. You will drive through for us. And if you have a copy or access to a copy machine and you provide it for us in an envelope, we'll take it. If not, we'll take your original copy safely and then make sure that we are able to make copies of it in a safe way and then return it to you without you having to get out of your car. So please know that. Ms. Leitner, al lado, sometimes I forget to translate. Si tienen IEP, por favor, no se encarguen de andar tomando foto del documento. Si lo indican en la registración que tienen un IEP, les vamos a hablar para que puedan llegar en carro manejando y vamos a recibir la copia de ustedes de manera saludable y sana. Si nos tienen copia ya, es bien fácil. Si ocupan que nosotros hagamos la copia, por favor lo traen en una bolsa de plástico con sobre y nosotros nos encargamos de esto. Aside from, I'm also seeing a question here about supervising kids with IEPs when they're out for recess or bathroom breaks. We have a lot of supervision staff. That is one thing we do have. We have a lot of people in place, and we have a lot of our people that are doing that supervision, our students that work closely with the students with IEPs in the classroom already. And so what we try to do is practice prevention by proximity. If we know that a particular student struggles with behavioral, physical impulses, we try to ensure that someone is close there that already knows them, that can, by proximity, prevent the behaviors, so we can prevent instead of punish. Prevent over punish is something that we really, really believe strongly in for all students. La pregunta fue al lado de la supervisión, al lado de los alumnos cuando andan jugando afuera, especialmente si tienen IEP o andan en la educación especial. Y tenemos mucho personal de supervisión. Y muchos de esos miembros de personal son la gente que ya trabajan con los alumnos en el salón, y nos queremos asegurar que ellos, nos gusta prevenir por estar cercano. Sabemos que si un adulto allí está cercano, es mucho menos posible que alguien va a hacer algo que no debe de hacer. Y si sabemos que un alumno, por cualquier razón, batalla con los impulsos y anda aprendiendo a controlar sus impulsos, especialmente físicamente, nos gusta no hacerles sentir que alguien está atrás de ellos, pero que sepan que alguien está allí, bien cercanos, para apoyarlos, para vigilar, para poder prevenir y no castigar. Preferemos prevenir que castigar. Okay, I'm gonna, Blanca Trujillo, I'm gonna unmute you, or if you can unmute your mic. Señora Trujillo, si puede activar su micrófono, por favor.
Sí, la otra pregunta es, ¿las computadoras son nada más para los niños que ya están ingresados en la escuela o van a dar para los niños que van a entrar también a la escuela?
Pregunta muy buena, y cada alumno que va a entrar a la escuela, que está inscrito con registración completa, va a tener acceso a computadora si lo quieren. Algunas familias no han querido la computadora porque tienen, digamos, computadora más cara en casa, pero si ocupan computadora, le vamos a dar una computadora le vamos a prestar una computadora el jueves o el viernes antes de que empiece la orientación de verano para los alumnos. Entonces, la última semana de julio, el jueves y viernes, vamos a distribuir las computadoras.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Gracias. The question was, in terms of computers, are the computers for returning students, or will new students have access to Chromebooks if needed? The last Thursday and Friday of July, we will set up a drive-through station to check out computers for students if they need them. Ms. Johnson, I am going to, it says you are using an older version of Zoom. I need to promote. Okay, so I'm gonna allow you to speak. Go for it. I think it activates your camera because it says you're using an older version of Zoom, but please share with us. I think you have to unmute yourself.
I didn't have any questions. You answered my questions.
Oh, okay, yeah, you had your virtual hand raised.
You know what? I must have pushed something. I'm sorry, but you answered the questions. You seem not put the questions. You answered them. No, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Trent, I'm sorry for interrupting. I would like to add a very important information to the parents with the students with an IEP in terms of the completed application process. As an office manager, our team is working on reviewing all the applications that are in the status of completed. But I want you to know that we have 2 more steps in the process that we need to complete in order to verify that the application forms are correctly completed and you are not missing any information. Even though you submit and you get the message from the system saying that the application has been completed, we still need to go over 2 more steps before completing the verification process. And then we will contact you to set up an appointment for you to come to the school and drop off the copy. Me gustaría agregar una información para los padres con estudiantes de educación especial que han completado su registración en el sistema. Ustedes han recibido un mensaje que dice que la registración ha sido completada, pero nosotros tenemos 2 pasos más en el proceso para verificar que esas formas están llenadas completamente. Ustedes van a recibir ese mensaje, pero les pido por favor que tengan un poquito de paciencia porque necesitamos asegurarnos que toda la información está completa y una vez que verifiquemos, nos vamos a comunicar con ustedes para darles una cita para que vengan al plantel a traer la copia para nosotros tener la copia o hacer la copia para poderla tener en nuestra posesión. Eso va a tomar unos días. Así que por favor, aunque ustedes tienen ese mensaje de que la registración está completa, hay 2 pasos más en el proceso de verificación. Entonces, por favor, tengan un poquito de paciencia. Gracias.
Thank you, Ms. Isabel. There was a question about food service. We do food service on Monday and Thursday only, but I wanted to clarify why we do that. We are trying to minimize the times that you have to leave your house and the exposure of our staff to lots of people at any given time. So on Monday, we give 3 days worth of breakfast and lunch. So it's 6 meals that go with you on a Monday for every child under the age of 18. And on Thursday, it's 2 meals, 1 for Thursday, 1 for Friday for breakfast and 2 for lunch. So 4 meals for every child under the age of 18 on Thursdays. I didn't want people to think we only give out food on Monday and Thursday for those days without considering the rest of the school week. Is that correct, Ms. Imani? Did I get that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Lo que les quiero comunicar es que damos comida el lunes y el jueves, pero la razón que hacemos solo eso, solo el lunes y el jueves, es porque queremos asegurarnos que no hay mucho riesgo constante cada día en que ustedes tengan que salir de su casa todos los días. Sabemos que lo mejor y lo más saludable es que se queden en casa y tampoco queremos que nuestro personal tenga tanto acceso o interacción con gente cada día. Preferimos hacer lo mínimo. Entonces el lunes pasamos 3 días de comidas, 3 días de desayuno, 3 días de almuerzo para cada niño bajo la edad de 18 años. El jueves damos 2 días de desayuno y 2 días de almuerzo. ¿Hay alguna pregunta al lado de? Hay 2 preguntas al lado de reclasificación. Son preguntas muy buenas. Tenemos una coordinadora de reclasificación que es una maravilla. No pudo estar con nosotros hoy, pero ella anda trabajando con el Estado ahorita para asegurarnos que al lado del examen LPAC y todo de reclasificación sea con la guianza del Estado. La guianza del Estado está cambiando cada semana, honestamente, entonces no les puedo contestar todo lo que se puede hacer, pero cuando hacemos la orientación para el año escolar, vamos a tener información específicamente para esto y juntas específicamente para esto. In relation to reclassification, we have a wonderful ELD coordinator who could not be here today. When we have our orientation for the whole year for everyone, we will be talking extensively about reclassification and English language support at that point. I am getting emails on a weekly basis from the state and the guidance with changing guidance that's evolving on a week-to-week basis. So there's not much we can say yet. If your daughter passed the LPAC with a 4 and you're looking to reclassify, you'll have a really good case is what I can say. If they have already reclassified somewhere else and you don't have the documentation, please, as soon as you have it, let our office know and you'll be able to send it to us either virtually or in person. Si tienen la documentación, como veo que el señor Castellano está platicando al lado de registrar para su alumno, si ya están reclasificados, por favor, se comuniquen con la oficina para asegurarnos que tengamos eso aquí con nosotros. Nicole, I'm going to allow you to speak. If you could unmute yourself, please.
Hi, did that work?
Yes.
Hi, everybody. I'm really excited for our son to go to environmental charter school. You guys seem awesome. My question is, this past year with everything with the pandemic, he was doing really well Zooming with the teacher. We had a hands-on teacher, and I noticed some of my friends' kids, they would just get handed a packet. And then they were up to them to complete everything for the day. How much of it for distance learning are hands-on with the teacher where they're Zooming or Google Classroom versus here's a packet of paperwork and get it done?
That's a really, really good question.
Thanks.
And I think that packet, that second example you gave is the rare thing. The only time that you may see something similar to that is if a teacher gets sick and we didn't have enough time to find a quality sub that we trust, because we don't want to put just any random person in front of 11-year-olds unsupervised virtually. Like, I'm very anxious about that. However, what we did last year when we first started was we kind of had grade level teams pitch their plan, and we tried a bunch of different models to see what would work, because there was no exemplar model for it. There was no exemplar model for distance learning for people that weren't opting into it. There was independent study options, there was homeschool models, but those were all people that were used to that thing, that had that orientation. What we have discovered is that, and what the state is also recommending, is 4 hours a day of some level of interaction. And that could look like you're with me for 1 hour as a teacher completely with your camera on, my camera on. It could also look like me giving you 15 minutes of instruction, you working independently for 20 minutes, coming back for the last 20 minutes and regrouping. And so that type of model is what we're looking to try to refine more so. And I can tell you that since school ended, we've done nothing but work on that type of model and research so that we can prescribe what it will look like more. One thing we will have is a clear schedule. Our website will be super helpful by the time we start, so that if you miss, you can go back and see things. And we want to make sure that we have a cadence of surveys going out to families, so that if something's not working, you have a way to tell us this is not working for my child, or you can tell us this is working, because we don't want to change things that are working. We want to lean into hands-on though. Hands-on, talking with each other, talking with the teacher, building relationship. There was a strong correlation in engagement of the students that were engaged with teachers that had strong pre-existing relationships. And so we want to be very conscious of that, that when it starts off, it's going to be primarily relationship building to ensure that that the student wants to be there virtually with that individual. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you so much.
La pregunta fue al lado de el modelo de cómo se ve el aprendizaje a distancia, que comunicó que ella vio que el año pasado algunas familias, algunas escuelas agarraron paquetes de virtuales o imprimidos y nunca andaban comunicando con el maestro. En otras escuelas andaban con el maestro, los maestros todo el día, y había mucho más interacción. Nosotros nos queremos asegurar que los alumnos tengan interacción todos los días con sus maestros todos los días. Y eso puede ser algo como lo que hicimos aquí nosotros hoy, donde por la hora y media andamos juntos todo el tiempo, o también puede ser que, digamos, el maestro da instrucción por 15, 20 minutos, los manda a trabajar independientemente por 20 minutos, 30 minutos, y regresan para platicar y asegurarse que los que aprendieron, y los que no, sigan ahí para apoyo extra. La manera de solo que le vamos a dar trabajo que tienen que entregar y nunca tienen que andar con nosotros platicando, compartiendo ideas con los alumnos, no vamos a hacer eso. No solo se encarga de completar el trabajo, queremos asegurarnos de la calidad y que los alumnos andan teniendo interacciones sociales. Okay, Ms. Sosa, if you could unmute yourself would be great. Actually, hold on. I think I did that for Nicole again. Let me disable talking. Let me go back to Ms. Stephanie Sosa. You have your hand up. I just want to give you a heads up. It says the same thing that it said earlier, that you have an older version of Zoom. So the only way I can do it is if I activate you and your camera will turn on. So if you don't want your camera on, you should stop video so that you don't all of a sudden pop up. Señora Sosa, tengo que activarle, para activar su micrófono, tengo que prender su cámara. Pero si usted no quiere que se vea o no anda en lugar donde quiere andar viendo, por favor puede apagar su cámara y activar su micrófono. A ver. ¿Puede activar su micrófono, por favor?
Sí.
Hi.
No sé si es el mejor momento de hacer una pregunta porque ¿está bien?
Sí.
Ok, lo que pasa que a mí me dieron este link porque quiero inscribir a mi hija en la escuela, pero no, por algún motivo no me da la opción. No sé si ustedes me podrían decir qué otra opción tengo para inscribirla en esta escuela.
Le voy a pedir a Miss Isabel que le mande mensaje. Wait, where did she go? Ahí. Que le mande mensaje ahorita en la caja chat con el correo electrónico de la oficina. Si nos manda un correo electrónico allí, le vamos a hacer una cita con usted para poder ayudarle.
Ok, muchas gracias. Era todo, muchas gracias.
Gracias. The question was in regards to support with enrollment. We're going to send the email, the office email, and support with that. Mr. Delgado, if you are there, there's a question about summer
Sorry,
bridge.
I stepped away for a second.
Sorry. There's a
Take a
question
little
about
break.
summer bridge. Is summer bridge for sixth graders or for all new students?
For all incoming students. So if we have somebody on here that is in sixth grade, that is already done with sixth grade and going to come with us to seventh grade, that person will be part of summer bridge as well. Or eighth grade. But it's for any incoming student, and I'll answer it in Spanish. So para cualquier estudiante que es nuevo para nuestra escuela, van a tener que ser parte de Summer Bridge si está en el sexto, séptimo o el octavo grado, pero con que sea nuevo en nuestra escuela, va a tener que ser parte de Summer Bridge.
I see a question from someone named Diego about talking points from last year. You can continue to use that. If your child was in sixth or seventh grade last year, if they were in eighth grade last year, then that account may be getting deleted pretty soon, and we'll just re-add you for the new student. If the sibling is still in school, then your account will very much look the same. Adriana, I'm going to unmute you, or can you unmute yourself, please? Adriana, por favor, puede activar su micrófono.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I guess my main concern is my son is an incoming sixth grader, also with an IEP. I'm not too concerned about that. I have full trust that everything will be taken care of. But as an incoming sixth grader, you know, just him starting school already virtually, I already saw like towards the end of the school year, it wasn't the best thing for him, for us. You know, both parents work, is just so difficult. I'm guessing I just want to, a little bit more clarification if possible. How long are you expecting to do this?
That's a really good question. What I can tell you right now is what our thinking, what the dominant thinking has been in terms of who we would prioritize to have more time on campus. So what we've been thinking about, and we still need to get it board approved, is ensuring that if we're bringing small groups of students on campus, it's for a reason. And the logical reason for us so far, the most dominant logical reason, is having the students that have the highest needs coming on campus so we can help them become better virtual learners, so that they know it's not only it's not just I only learn when I'm physically at school, but at school they're helping me become a better virtual learner, so that if I have to stay home, that I can do it with a higher level of effectiveness. And so that's what we're looking to try to plan out logistically to see if we can make that make sense. That would not look like double the work for the teacher in terms of I teach virtually over here and then I teach over here. What it might look like is the teacher or a support staff member is on campus while they're watching it live also on their computer, and we're supporting them the activities. And so So that's what we're looking to try to do. We're fully aware that some students will need more personal interaction to be able to be set up for success, with the entire goal of being all students on campus with all teachers on campus, but we can't rush that. We want to
No,
make
yeah.
that we're doing it the right way. But that's the direction we're headed in, and we've been talking about it extensively. So there'll be more to come on that. If the students that are not going to be prioritized, in all honesty, are the students that can rock it in virtual learning.
Correct.
But we
Yeah.
still have them on campus sometimes predictably, so they're building relationship with each other. It's really hard to build a relationship this way if there's no interaction.
Absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate it. You know, I know it's hard. Everybody's trying to get situated and trying to understand the new process, but yeah, you know, he's excited. I'm excited. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We will be doing our best, but we're always going to be open to feedback. We know that if we mess up, please believe us, it's not on purpose. Give us the feedback, and we will support and try to help out. We're going to rely on a lot of feedback from parents this year, because everything is so new that we want to know, even if it's working, let us know that it's working. If it's not, let us know, because we want to be able to make those shifts as we refine the school model.
Okay.
Thank you. Lo que comunicó es al lado de los alumnos que quizás ocupan mucho más apoyo al principio de este modelo. Los alumnos que al finales de grado quinto vimos que no andaban logrando sus metas o las expectativas porque fue bien difícil para ellos. Lo que andamos comunicando es que, como dijimos, vamos a empezar virtualmente. Y si no podemos completar todo virtualmente, digamos, vamos a tener alumnos en persona, en grupos bien pequeños. Andamos tratando de asegurarnos que esos sistemas estén seguros y sanos antes de comunicárselos a ustedes, pero ¿quién va a tener prioridad de andar aquí en la escuela de grupo pequeño? Andamos platicando mucho de eso, y ahorita el tema central que andamos platicando son los alumnos que tienen, que ocupan apoyos y modificaciones y acomodaciones y tienen necesidades especiales, que queremos asegurarnos que ellos estén en la escuela un poco más seguido para ayudarles a ellos saber cómo manejar este aprendizaje virtual a distancia, para que anden en la escuela con su computadora, los apoyamos, les enseñamos cómo hacer la rutina, para que cuando tienen que andar en clase, en la casa, pueden ya saber la rutina, porque los apoyamos. Nos queremos asegurar. Tenemos la meta de andar en la escuela, pero todo con su tiempo. I haven't been monitoring the chat box as much, so would people start tackling some of these questions or naming them, so that we can keep pace. I see a summer bridge question on July 28th, right, Mr. Delgado? We're doing a meeting for summer bridge. You won't have to do much aside from ensure that your child can log on to a computer the following week, the first week of August, and we'll provide a computer if necessary. Ustedes no van a tener que hacer mucho por la orientación de verano que los alumnos tienen por una semana. No es una orientación de la semana completa para ustedes, es para los alumnos, pero el 28 de julio vamos a tener juntas para explicarles a todo lo que van a tener que hacer. Solo se van a tener que encargar que la semana después de eso, su hijo o su hija esté enfrente de la computadora cuando lo ocupan, y que recojan la computadora el jueves o viernes de esa semana si lo ocupan. I see a question about summer classes online and an ELD teacher to help reclassify. Are they going to count as credit for the upcoming 6th grade? Any class taken that is not provided by us will not appear on the report card. But I can tell you that anyone that is in summer school right now is probably doing the right thing, because you're keeping the brain going, you're keeping the content going, you're keeping the knowledge going. We're doing a summer learning academy this year that was optional for students. But we believe that those students that opted into that chose to do it, those families are taking ownership of their education and making sure that they're ready for next year. In terms of credit on a report card, it won't be there. But if they're having support from an ELD coordinator, when they take the LPAC here, if they haven't already passed it, or they take the NWA map here, they will do much better for having had that support this summer, I can guarantee you. La pregunta fue al lado de clases de verano que andan tomando en alguna otra escuela, digamos como la escuela de Gardena, de Gardena Elementary School. Si andan tomando clases de verano en alguna otra escuela, no van a recibir crédito aquí en las calificaciones, pero eso no quiere decir que no vale la pena andar en esas clases. Sí vale la pena porque pueden andar aprendiendo al lado de lo que, de prepararse para el próximo año, porque este año pasado fue bien diferente y los alumnos no aprendieron la misma cantidad. Did we answer Adriana's question already? We did, right? Okay. All right, chat box questions, guys. What do we have?
If my student, does my student have to go to school if I'm not comfortable with it?
That's a really good question. If we have time, if we get to a point where we're saying, okay, now we want students on campus, what I have been hearing, and this is subject to change based on what the state, the county, and the government say to us, is that we should be planning to provide options that are completely 100% virtual for those that don't feel comfortable. I can tell you as the principal that we will not communicate a plan for bringing students on campus if we do not feel that it is safe and it's not approved by our Board of Education and the county office health department. So I can assure you of that. But if it gets to that point and you don't want to bring your child on campus, as of now, what we are planning for is to have virtual options at that point in time.
Can you answer it in Spanish?
Yeah. One of the things that will be really difficult to do virtually is some of the more standardized assessments that take a little longer on a computer, that require us to be present, that we want to do in small groups, that allow us to know where your child is starting. Every sixth grader will have to take the NWA map test. And if they take that test, then we know where they start and where they end at the end of sixth grade, where they end at seventh grade, eighth grade, and we can monitor that progress and support them better. So that part would be a challenge that we would hope to ensure that we are providing as small a group as possible to make you feel that your child is safe. La pregunta fue al lado de si llega el tiempo que andamos pidiendo que regresen los alumnos a la escuela y no se sienten seguros ustedes de mandarlos, ¿qué recursos o apoyos van a tener? Lo que nos han comunicado el Estado a este punto es que tengamos opciones virtuales para esas familias hasta que se sientan seguros. Esa es la guianza que tenemos ahorita. Como hemos visto en las noticias, todo se puede cambiar de momento a momento, pero sí andamos planeando para tener esas opciones. Les aseguro que si andamos comunicando planes de que regresen los alumnos, es porque el plan es, de nuestra opinión, seguro y con permiso de la Junta Directiva de Escuelas y el Condado de Oficinas de Salud. Okay, I am seeing an email from Imani or Isabel. Can you reach out to Lupe in a private chat and get email address and name of student so we can make sure that we're contacting them appropriately? I also saw a question about someone who said that they wanted to exit their child out of an IEP, but we're not able to do so when distance learning started. Ms. Solis, would you speak to that if they want to exit their child out of special education?
Yes, I did send a message to the parent regarding what are the next steps and the process that we need to go through. And the parent will follow up with me and send me an email so we can schedule a meeting. If you are interested in should I wait, Miss Isabel, so you could translate?
Yes, please. El padre se ha comunicado con Salis y ella le ha proporcionado ya información en relación a los pasos en el proceso y ella se va a comunicar directamente con la señora Feliz para resolver esa situación.
Mr. Trejo, did you want me to go over the steps or just answer that specific question?
Answer broadly, like if they, yeah. I mean, I think if they want their child evaluated for IEP or they want their child taken out, like if you could just cover that.
Okay, so if you want your student to be exited from special education to receive special education services, you can write a note. We will schedule a meeting to review your concerns, and then if needed, and the team agrees to proceed forward, then we'll schedule an IEP meeting to be able to end services. In regards to requesting your student to receive services, the same process, it's very similar. The parent would write a note, we would schedule a meeting to review your student's concerns, and then figure out what the next steps are, either to proceed to do an assessment and or recommend a 504 or provide additional supports on campus for the student.
Got it. Thank you. I see more questions about uniform. I will ensure that I meet with my office team to make sure that we reach out to our school uniform provider before we send you out any information. I would hate to send out information about our vendor and then have them be closed due to quarantine or worse, out of business. And so we'll communicate that before we send that out and you have that information. Al lado de los uniformes se van a ocupar cuando los alumnos andan en la escuela. Si andan en la escuela virtual, no se ocupa un uniforme, pero les vamos a mandar esa comunicación entre la próxima semana. Nos queremos encargar que la persona que nos vende los uniformes o les vende los uniformes a ustedes tenga el negocio abierto durante este tiempo. So I saw the question from Irene that we answered earlier about summer school. We are providing summer school currently for returning students, not for incoming students, because it was difficult to provide it for incoming students without registration being done. I see that your daughter's taking summer classes at her elementary school. We would encourage her to stay in those classes, because although she won't get credit on a ECMS Gardena report card, anyone that wants to prevent summer learning loss, which happens every year, even without a pandemic, but this year it's expected to be even worse because no school is claiming that they were able to teach the same volume of stuff in Q4 remotely as they would have in person. So there's already that anticipated loss of how much didn't get learned in Q4, in addition to summer learning loss that happens every year. And especially if she's working with an ELD coordinator, it will help her with reclassification here, not necessarily by the credit of those or grades there, but she'll likely do better on the LPAC, better on the language test that we do over here. And so I would encourage her to stay in those classes. And then next year, when she's a returning student, we'll have some summer learning options, I'm sure. Do we have any more questions in the chat box? There's lots of good questions today. Muchas preguntas buenas hoy. Okay, we had 50 minutes of questions. Lots of questions. I think that this will be a good video to live on YouTube. It will be a long one on YouTube, but so many good questions are asked that we will make sure that we direct people that weren't able to be here to it. And hopefully they can benefit from all those questions. Tantas preguntas, 50 minutos de preguntas. Y vamos a asegurarnos que este video viva en YouTube y puedan contestar las preguntas de otra gente que no pudo andar en esta junta. We will send information about the uniforms by the end of next week, and then we will likely send communicate which local store you can buy it from. We have not traditionally sold uniforms here aside from when we have orientation, and we're not having in-person orientation, which makes it a bit of a challenge. But if we can find, makes me feel like we should probably find a way to think about whether or not we can have any during food distribution, but that it will be something we plan for the future. We will let you know the fastest and easiest way to get the uniforms. Les vamos a comunicar al lado de los uniformes entre la próxima semana, ya que nos comunicamos y nos aseguramos que andamos de acuerdo de los colores y de la tienda donde se puede comprar. Thank you, panelists. I think we're good. Ahora nos vamos a despedir. Muchísimas gracias. Nos da mucha alegría que anden aquí con nosotros y esperamos verlos pronto, virtuales o en persona. We are looking forward to meeting all of you in person or virtually very soon. Thank you so much.